Hi there everyone, and welcome to the Nightly News. I'm Raleigh Cothran. Let's get to our top story. Nightly News received complaints about the quality of the food going down at Daniel Dining Hall. So we begin our coverage with Mike DeRosa, who looked into what's happening.
Now that student life is slowly becoming normal with on-campus classes and dining, it may be time for the Furman Dining Hall to up its standards to what they used to be. At the start of the semester, we heard from many parents and students that DDH has been serving meals that are not up to their normal standards. Freshman David Dickey says one problem is the lack of variety.
I would say the food's pretty repetitive, and it's not always I would say cooked to the standard that it should be. I mean, we sometimes the chicken's hard as a hockey puck.
I then asked David about how different the food was over the past year during his visit to campus compared to now.
After honestly, like when I visited, I thought the food was pretty good. I was like, dang, this is kind of good, and I ate it. And this was like over a year ago, but it was pretty good. And then now I just like wasn't. It's definitely not the same.
After hearing what one of our students had to say, I decided to talk to General Manager of Furman Dining Hall and Bon Appetit here on campus, Derek Morgan.
We're here for the students. That's really the only reason that we're here, especially now with COVID. I can tell you straightforward and quite honestly that the food quality has not gone down. I think some of the options may be limited, which is.
Morgan also says that COVID threw a wrench in their plans for this upcoming semester, but he says that they are looking to improve their service in the near future.
It's really about a phased approach to getting back to where we need to be, because before, everything was to go, and you had to walk down to the dining hall, stand in line, get your food, walk back to wherever you were living or wherever you're going to consume the lunch. And I think some of the quality obviously is not going to be as fresh or hot as if you were able to sit down right there in the dining hall and eat.
So we hope the new rollout will help the problems Bon Appetit has faced with COVID. But we'll be watching, so hopefully when students hear Bon Appetit on campus, they think of a heartwarming lunch and not chicken as hard as a hockey puck. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. I think we're all looking forward to that day. In FUSAB news, this Saturday we have a basketball watch party in Timmins Arena as the Dens play our rival Wofford. Find more information on Synced In. Next week, we have a succulent pot painting event outside of the library on Monday, and watch the marching band perform next Wednesday. When you are talking about diversity at Furman, you must start at the very beginning, admissions. Here is Tatiana Watts with a look into diversity admissions recruitment.
Thank you, Raleigh. When a prospective students walk through the doors of the admissions office, it marks the beginning of their education at Furman, and the admissions office has a special tool to help them. That tool is diversity recruitment.
Diversity recruitment at Furman consists of a multifaceted approach in sharing Furman with diverse populations of students. So looking at our current metrics on, which markets we put Furman in. There's a lot of currently existing markets in different regions across the country where we know Furman has, established rapport, name recognition, and then it's a matter of finding similar markets where there might be more diversely populated areas from, racial and ethnic regard.
Allison Brown, Associate Dean of Admissions and Director of Diversity and Inclusion Recruitment, also says one way that the admissions office tackles diversity recruitment is through a student-led group called Mosaic. Senior Alicia Patton is a member.
Mosaic is a student-based organization in the admissions office that recruits prospective students with diverse backgrounds.
Mosaic connects with these prospective students through various programs hosted by the admissions office, such as Furman Diversity Connections and the Diversity Experience. These are programs used to give prospective students a real-time insight on what it is like to be a Furman student. So with the help of Mosaic, the next time students walk through the doors of the admissions office, they are a Paladin.
Thank you, Tatiana, for the highlight on some future Paladins. We have a lot of CLPs within the next few days. On Thursday at 6:30, there's a CLP titled Battered and Beautiful, hosted by Tatiana Watts and Dr. Brandon Inabnet, about universities and their connection to slavery. Also at 6:30 that night, Can Neighbor Love Save Us? Will be taking place. The CLP will include 3 community leaders from Greenville County who will share their perspectives and talk about their vocational practice of hospitality in their respective professional contexts. Following that, there is another CLP at 8, and it's titled In the Beginning. That will be on religion and science. And on Friday, there is a CLP at 12:30 about high-functioning autism. There are also few opportunities to catch the performance of Anonymous on Thursday and Friday night at 8 p.m., which counts as a CLP. So lots of opportunities to get those CLPs in the coming days. Furman is helping students live healthier lives. The university has paid for all students to have Headspace. I looked into what the app really does.
My cousin really liked it. He said it helped him having like guided meditations and things to just like listen to when you fall asleep.
Guided meditations are not the only options that the app offers.
But it has like workouts, it has like playlists for studying, it has like a bunch of different options, but it was like kind of expensive.
These options include meditation, sleep, workouts, and focus. Luckily, the best part is thanks to Furman Focus and SGA, every student on campus can use Headspace for free.
So I did that. I was like, wait, Headspace is pretty cool. I'm just gonna like download it.
If you're interested in downloading Headspace, just head to the App Store on your phone. Once it's downloaded, you will be asked to create a login. Just make sure that you use your Furman email, because it will then redirect you to a page that will ask you to confirm your email as a student. Just follow the instructions on that page and you'll be ready to use all that Headspace has to offer. Paladins, if you have a great idea, you might be able to get it funded. Through the Paladin Pitch Competition, Furman Innovation and Entrepreneurship Office is hosting a big idea event on Zoom from 1 to 3 p.m. on Friday, February 26th. You can advance from this round and compete in April for thousands in funding. For more information, scan the QR code on the flyers you see around campus or email Matt Reeve at matt.reeve@furman.edu. Here's a look at this week's COVID numbers. With 25% of the campus tested last week, 11 tests came back positive, leaving a 1.55% positivity rate. We are still in code yellow, and we're happy to have fans at Paladin Stadium the past Saturday. In this week's Did You Know segment, we focus on Griffin Mills. Did you know that our student body president, Griffin Mills, is not only a leader within the Furman community, but also the Greenville community at large? He currently volunteers at the Greenville Homeless Alliance, serving as a coalition member committed to combating homelessness in Greenville. Griff is an intern at the Greenville Homeless Alliance. He works with nonprofits and organizations all across Greenville, helping them help fight the community-wide issue of homelessness. Great work, Griffin. Keep it up. Enough from me. Let's toss it over to Kaylee to hear about how our Paladins are doing on the field and on the court.
Thanks, Raleigh. With 13 teams playing this spring, we have a lot to cover. Furman men's soccer started out strong as they defeated USC 3-0. Our player of the game, freshman Jake Rain. Take a look.
Furman men's soccer had their first game of the season on Sunday, February 21st, where they defeated USC 3-0. I spoke with Jake Rain, a freshman striker from Stoke, England.
Why come to Furman?
I came to Furman because it gave me the opportunity of doing both a degree and playing football and being able to excel in sport whilst getting a degree.
Those reasons are exactly why Jake turned down a professional soccer contract in England and decided to come to Furman.
Here it's so much faster tempo, college sport, and it's a lot more physical.
Though American soccer is different to Jake, he seems to have no problem adjusting as he scored the season-opening goal.
Unbelievable. Just like everything came into place. Happiness on me, honestly, unbelievable.
Jake attended the Repton School in England, which is known for football and where he broke the all-time scoring record. He said that though his school prepared him for collegiate soccer, being on this team made the switch even easier.
It's more than a team, it's like a family.
Alongside his family, Jake not only hopes to win a SoCon championship, but also a national championship within his 4 years here at Furman.
Jake is already making an impact on his team, and we're excited to see how far he goes. The football team is back in action. Devin Wynn gets the handoff and rushes for 20 yards to get the first down. Next, we have Ham Sisson, who delivers a laser to Ryan Miller for an easy 30-yard touchdown pass and a big celebration in the end zone to go with that. London Lewis and the Furman defense make a big play to get a tackle for loss against the Catamounts. Devin Wynn joined an elite group recently. In the game against the Catamounts, the senior rushed for 106 yards to put him over 2,000 yards in his career so far.
First of all, I didn't really know I was even close to it, but after the fact, it was a great feeling. The hard work and dedication that I put into this game is finally paying off. But I also want to thank my O-line because without them, I would have never even gotten to this point. And the coaches that trusted me to carry the ball, and it was a great feeling, man. I'm blessed beyond measure, and I can't thank nobody but my teammates, my coaches, and God himself.
I tell you what, it's a testament to Devin Wynn. Came in as a freshman, green behind the ears, just trying to learn how to practice, how to play. Just to see him put in the work, the time, the effort, and just seeing him grow every single year, get better and better and better. It's a testament to the kid for working hard.
Tiara Hodges may appear to be an undersized post player, but her work ethic makes up for her size. Her game is pure hard work, and that hard work has been paying off. She was just recently welcomed into the 1,000 Point Club and top 5 all-time rebounding list for Furman women.
I feel like I'm good enough. It makes me feel like all the hard work I put in these past 5 years are starting to pay off. So I'm really proud of myself and the people that has pushed me and kind of helped me reach these goals. So it wasn't just on me, but I do feel I'm proud of myself.
She's worked so hard for this accomplishment. I'm extremely proud of her. To achieve 1,000 points in your career is a monumental milestone. It's something that all college players are looking to achieve, and I know how hard she's worked for this, and it's a great attribute to the type of young lady she is and all the hard work that she's put in.
You can catch Tiara Hodge playing on Thursday at 7 p.m. as they close out the regular season with their final home game. Zach caught up with the men's golf team to see how their season is playing out.
I sat down with Furman's men's assistant golf coach, James Bartlett, and 3 of the guys on the team to discuss what their upcoming season would look like.
The older guys, Jack and Keller, they're obviously definitely the leaders of the team, Keller for sure. They both kind of have the highest skill set of the guys, I think. They've got the most kind of knowledge about how to play college golf in particular. And they're perfect examples for the guys to kind of pull from when they're out here at practice or when they're playing as well. Kind of going through the pack, you got the juniors who are fantastic students and just pretty much do everything you could ask for from especially Owen as well. He's really pushing to get in the lineup as well. He's been playing some really good golf. Moving back into the sophomore class, which is probably one of the strongest classes golf-wise I think Furman's had in a long time. We had Ross, Reynolds and Walker all play in this previous tournament, all played well. And then freshmen, we got a really strong freshman class as well. They're also kind of knocking on the door when it comes to qualifying and breaking into the lineup.
I asked 2 of those freshmen what their goals for the upcoming season were.
I want to be a consistent top 5 player on the team, contributing. Even though I'm a freshman, I still want to be a leader on the team and just always bring positive energy to the team. Kind of know how hard it's going to be as a freshman to qualify on this team. I mean, we have one of the best teams in school history probably, so it's definitely going to be pretty difficult to qualify, but I would love to see myself get in and try to start for one tournament at least.
With a small team like golf where we have 11 guys or 12 guys, if one guy gets it or gets contact traced and we've all been together, then that could wipe, we'd all have to go.
So COVID definitely, it'd be nice if it wasn't playing any kind of role on our season at the moment, but we're kind of handling it quite well, and we did everything we needed to do in terms of travel and accommodation to make sure we were keeping our guys, even within the team, as far away from each other as possible. So we're making the most of it.
Lastly, I asked about the team's expectations for the season ahead.
Yeah, the overall goal is definitely make it all the way to nationals. I think we got a nice kind of dynamic of seniors and all the way through to potentially freshmen, which could break into the lineup.
There's more anticipation this season because Keller came back for a 5th year, which was out of nowhere. So I'd say, like, in terms of Furman golf, we have probably our highest expectations this season than we have in the last, like, 10 years. So that's exciting.
And that is no exaggeration. This past weekend at the Pinnacle Bank Intercollegiate Tournament, Keller Harper placed 1st and Jack Crosby placed 7th. Furman placed 3rd overall as a team. Now let's check out our sports scoreboard. Football kicked off this weekend with a big win against WCU 35-7, and they're not alone. Men's soccer defeated USC 3-0 in their season opener as well. Volleyball won 3-1 against Chattanooga and then fell to them 0-3. Men's and women's basketball had successful weeks. Men's basketball defeated Samford 78-64 and Mercer 70-60. Women's basketball defeated WCU twice with scores of 54-45 and 56-44. Men's tennis lost 3-4 against Georgia Southern, but came back to win 7-0 against UNC Greensboro. Women's tennis went undefeated as they went 7-0 against both Presbyterian and WCU. Softball had a tournament this weekend where they went 1-for-4, beating Bowling Green 10-3 and losing 4-9 and 4-5 against Stony Brook, and finishing with a 2-9 loss against Winthrop. Wow, what a tough week to be a Catamount. Be sure to tune in for a regular season finale between women's basketball and Wofford at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Softball takes on South Dakota at 6 p.m. Friday evening. On Saturday, women's tennis takes on Charlotte at noon. Also, women's lacrosse has their first home game against Liberty at noon. Softball has a doubleheader against South Dakota from 3 to 5 p.m. Women's tennis rounds the day with a 5 p.m. match against Kennesaw State. Men's tennis takes on Kennesaw State at noon on Sunday. Volleyball takes on UNCG at 2 p.m. and women's soccer competes against North Greenville at 3 p.m. On Monday, volleyball will play against UNCG at 6 p.m. On Wednesday, men's tennis plays against Presbyterian at 3 p.m. Softball takes on Charleston Southern at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. As Furman sporting events continue to have a limited number of tickets, make sure you get yours early. I know the teams would love to see some familiar faces cheering them on in the crowd. Back to you, Raleigh.
Thanks, Kaylee. I'm looking to catch a few games this weekend myself. Here's something really cute for you. Over the weekend, Autumn, a pregnant giraffe at the Greenville Zoo, gave birth to her new baby. The calf does not have a name yet, for the gender is not known. City officials say that the calf will nurse for 9 to 12 months, but will start to eat foliage around 2 months old. Giraffes double in size in their first year of life. That does it for this week's Nightly News. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any story ideas for us, please contact one of our Nightly News crew. You will see our names in the credits. For now, we'll leave you with some views of our beautiful campus. Have a good week, everyone.